What's good? It's your boy Czar, all rights reserved, rocking with you. I was here eating or whatever, and I was checking out different things. One thing I want to put up in the air. Now, I just witnessed some different things, some back and forths between PNB Rock and some of Chief Keef's affiliate. You know, a lot's going on with the Tekashi thing. I just hope that there's nothing else brewing on the side. I still feel they need to capitalize off the Tekashi thing before they go any further. But what's crazy to me is that they're involving PNB Rock. Now, if you remember, a few days ago, he posted a video with him holding weapons, and they were automatic weapons. I'm not sure where he was doing it, but I do know, however, he is from Philly. That is a fact. So, being a PA resident, I already know how he's moving, how he's probably rocking. He's a superstar. He has the money to do so. Now, if he's getting involved with a beef with Chief Keef, this may be a way for Tekashi to get back on top. It's not going to be some simple incident. They're not easily going to knock him off or hurt him or whatever, because just like you guys, he's a superstar. But what I find most interesting about this beef is comments of Instagram, simple comments of his name being mentioned led to a full-out beef once he put up a photo. Social media that's supposed to be boosting these artists' careers is literally leading them into beefs that could either hinder or prevent them from doing certain things and certain making money in certain places, because literally they aren't getting along. This isn't a good thing. This is literally the issue with most artists, that you beef, that's fine. You make a beef, you need to capitalize off of it. You need to have music going. We want to hear you go back and forth like the Pusha T and Drake thing, but a lot of them are using it, and you kind of get in this moment and you guys get into a real life altercation. That's not what this is meant to be doing. From what I understand how the game works, you're literally leading yourselves to a Biggie and Pac situation where you're making the beef more serious than it is. You're making the drama realer than it actually should be. All this should go to press towards you putting your music up and going forward to make sales, but instead it's being used in a situation where you guys form a forever enemy relationship where you just literally hate each other. And that's a little bit above and beyond what the whole schedule and marketing plan was supposed to be. Again, I don't know who's helping these guys market music in their careers, because the way they're taken to these situations, it's not even marketable. Like, these photos with you guys posing with weapons needs to stop. Like, if you're going to sit there and you're going to say what you say it back and forth. But next, I want to see a link for music, because now you got traffic driving to you. You literally have a bunch of people tuned into what you're doing. You're supposed to make a song. You're supposed to have your next hit. You're literally stunning off of something you haven't accomplished yet. You're stunning off of acclaim and names. You're getting, let's say, your notoriety up, but it only goes so far because you're only reaching the people that want to see something happen, right? So if I'm going to put up a beef or some type of incident or throw a shot at a rapper, I'm very soon after that going to start posting music like crazy while this rapper is talking about me, because ultimately you want to get your music out there. Now, if he starts putting up photos and starts showing you things that he's trying to say is serious, if you know in your mind is serious, you're ready anyways, don't post up that stuff. Just continue to post your music. That's the whole part of the game. Whoever figures that part out and does it well is going to be the next artist to blow up, because I get it. Tekashi's a huge name. PNB Rock is a huge name right now because they're new in the game. They're making music. We need to start seeing music galore. And one thing I want to note is Chief Keef is doing very well and staying quiet. You don't see him replying. You don't see a lot of things. He just needs to start pushing out music now. He's doing a very good job. He definitely has learned from his tenure in the game on how you're supposed to handle it. That's all you can really say. There's nothing else to say about it, because he's letting everyone else talk and mention his name and boost him back, while he's sitting there understanding that, look, you know, I'm going to implicate myself if I do something, post a picture. So I'm just going to sit here quietly, which is the smart thing. That's what he wants to do. That's what it's all about. So at the end of the day, what really are we accomplishing when we see artists going looking for each other, doing different things that doesn't boost anything, doesn't put money in their pockets, doesn't get any type of status up or let us know that they're back and they're back and ready to go. There's many different parts and moving pieces to a marketing campaign. And the campaign not only has to be backed by, let's say, realness or setting in on another artist to expose them. It literally needs you to continue to do what it is that you signed up to do, which is make music. You can't do this, not make music, and then expect all the buzz to hang around. We're looking for an album, maybe a song where you're dissing this person, making some type of reference to them as you go. Look at Drake. That's what he does. That's why he stands. He is talking around it. Don't get me wrong, but he's not posting derogatory pictures. He's doing it in a CEO fashion where he's coming out with statements. Number one, and it's not statements indicting nothing. It's not indicting himself. He's literally coming out with statements and reference the comments that are made, and it's nothing disrespectful or wild where we're looking at him like, man, something's about to happen. Yes, you want to keep the speculation around it, just like they have. But if other people are going to be involved and they're saying things, making comments, we want comments back. I don't want to hear you're going to smoke another artist that's mainstream, that I know it's really going to take time for you to really put together a mission like that anyway, if you are. But we don't want to know, because then you implicate yourself in something that you shouldn't be implicated in. At the same time, your artistry is in question because we see you speaking, but we don't hear you. I need to hear you, and you need to do your thing. Like, it needs to be a mixture. You can't come at one angle and expect people to understand that. There's the moving pieces, just like a stick shift. Okay, you can't, you know what I mean? It's manual, but it lasts longer because it has pieces that you interact with, where automatic does it automatically. Well, you have the moving pieces. They're in motion. Now you need to start making the music, which is going to get the ball rolling. So that gets the tires moving forward. You can't just do all the energy to get the car started, but then not move the car or pull it out of gear. You're in the same gear. You're stuck in park. You're still talking in park. We need you to move forward and drive forward as this beef and these many other beefs are heating up. You know what I mean? We need to see you run back in the first place. So then these new artists have no choice but to interact with you, but to make a comment about you, but to try and say, oh, he came up off of me. So what? That's part of the game, and you responded. So now, I guess what I'm trying to tell everybody is that Chief Keef got a lot of energy around him. From the Tekashi beef to the PNB Rock beef, everywhere I look now, I'm seeing Chief Keef. If you look online and you're paying attention, he needs to really use this to come back with a nice album. That's what I'm saying. That's how you're going to pull your career back into the holster, and you're going to shoot out some more hits. That's what it's about, the hits. You're a hit maker. You made many hits before. This is how you make your best music, under duress. You know what I mean? And under duress, he's never been someone to disappoint when the music dropped. And Tekashi's probably about to be at his best because of the type of energy Chief Keef puts off and how he raps. It's literally in reference and respect to the whole Chicago movement. In its own right, it's New York's for him. So, I mean, this is all good as far as marketing and advertising, except the music's missing. Diss songs are missing. You literally, I want to hear a new diss song every 2 weeks. I mean, honestly, if the first one's good, keep it going. That's what people need to start talking about. That's what we need to start hearing. This is what's going to keep your name here in the media, where not only Boss Up, World Star, but Zara Rice Reserve finds you and he speaks on what he heard on the diss. You got to keep the wheels rolling. Right now, some of the new artists are with Chief Keef's name, and it's making them some of the biggest names ever. I know Chief Keef and them have reached a certain plateau where they reach many people, but the amount and the types of people you're reaching now with Tekashi's fans, with PNB Rock's fans, it supersedes all of that. It's much greater than that. And you have the ability to put all your guys on with the energy and the momentum you get from this. I like it because you got Little Dirk responding, you got Lil Reese responding, you had Rondo number 9 even respond. Come on, guys. You got this going well. I like 600 was making some comments. To people who were paying attention, we got all the people in the team of Chicago who started that whole movement from the area of Chicago they grew up in a perfect motion, being mentioned, being recognized. This is what the game's about. PNB Rock has to use this energy the same way. You got to figure out how you're going to make your music to fit into the perspective of the moving pieces of this engine that Tekashi and Chief Keef and the whole GBE camp has moving forward. It's all about marketing and publicity. And if you guys aren't getting it from your team, you already know how I do this. I let you know. That's how it's happening. And that's what's going to make you remembered forever. All rights reserved.